Most people think high IQ is a cheat code. Smarter brain, better life, faster success. Wrong. Some of the most intelligent people you know are stuck, overthinking everything, starting nothing, finishing even less. Meanwhile, average people? Moving forward, making money, building momentum. So what's going on? Why do high IQ people struggle with things that seem basic? I'm about to show you exactly why. And by the end of this, you'll understand something most people never will. Intelligence isn't your advantage. It might be your biggest problem. Chapter 1. The Overthinking Trap. Most people think intelligence leads to better decisions. Wrong. It leads to more decisions. Psychologist Barry Schwartz calls this the paradox of choice. The more options you see, the harder it becomes to choose. Average person sees 2 paths. Smart person sees 20. They analyze every possibility, every outcome, every risk. And then they freeze. You call it being thoughtful. It's actually paralysis. High IQ brains simulate the future constantly. What if this fails? What if there's a better option? What if I'm wrong? But here's the problem, though. While you're simulating, someone else is executing. They don't think as deeply. They don't need to. They move. And movement beats perfection every time. A study from the University of Chicago showed that excessive deliberation reduces action likelihood by over 30%. You're not being careful, you're stalling. Elites don't remove thinking. They limit it. They use constraints. One goal, one path, one next step. That's it. You're trying to calculate the entire chess game. They're just making the next move, and they win. But even if you fix overthinking, there's still a deeper problem. Chapter 2. The Curse of Awareness. Most people are blind to complexity. High IQ people see it everywhere. Every system flaw, every inefficiency, every hidden variable. Sounds like an advantage, right? Wrong. It creates frustration. You walk into a job and immediately see what's broken. Bad management, inefficient workflows, stupid rules. You don't just notice problems. You obsess over them. Meanwhile, average people, they adapt. They follow the system. They move up inside it. You reject the system entirely. And now you're stuck outside of it. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman explained this through cognitive strain. The more you analyze, the more mental friction you create. And friction slows you down. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Seeing the problem doesn't mean you can fix it. And if all you do is see problems, you become one. But here's the problem, though. Even when high IQ people find a good path, they still don't commit. Why? Chapter 3. The Identity Crisis. Most people attach identity to action. I do this, therefore I am this. High IQ people? They attach identity to potential. I could do anything. Sounds powerful. It's not. It's fragile. Because the moment you commit to one path, you kill every other possibility, and that terrifies you. So what do? You delay. You research more. You plan more. You wait for certainty, which never comes. Psychologist Carol Dweck calls this a fixed mindset disguised as intelligence. You want to protect your identity as smart. So you avoid situations where you might fail, because failure threatens that identity. Average people fail all the time. They don't care. They're not trying to prove they're smart. They're trying to win. That's the difference. You protect your ego. They build results. Hit subscribe before you forget this, because most people will hear it and still do nothing. Now you understand the identity problem. But here's the thing, though. Even when high IQ people take action, they still struggle. Why? Chapter 4. The Motivation Illusion. Most people think motivation drives success. Wrong. Structure does. High IQ people rely on internal motivation. They wait to feel inspired, to feel ready, to feel certain. That feeling comes sometimes, then disappears. And so does their progress. Research from Stanford shows that reliance on intrinsic motivation leads to inconsistent performance over time. Because motivation fluctuates, systems don't. Average performers build habits, schedules, deadlines, external pressure. They don't trust their feelings. You do. And your feelings are unreliable. That's why you start strong and disappear. But here's the problem, though. Even if you fix motivation, there's still one final issue. The one that silently destroys high IQ people. Chapter 5. The Abstraction Overload. Your brain operates at a higher level. You think in concepts, patterns, frameworks. That's your strength and your weakness. Because real life isn't abstract. It's messy, concrete, repetitive. You understand business strategy. But you don't send emails. You understand fitness science. But you don't go to the gym. You understand productivity systems. But your room is still a mess. Why? Because execution feels beneath you. Too simple, too repetitive, too boring. But here's the truth. Mastery is built on boring repetition, not brilliant ideas. And high IQ people skip the repetition. They chase novelty instead. A concept, a new system, a better method. Always optimizing, never executing. Psychologist Anders Ericsson, who studied deliberate practice, found that mastery comes from focused repetition of weak points, not constant reinvention. Average people repeat. You redesign, they improve, you restart, and they win again. Let's break this down into something you can actually use. What average people do, they pick a path. They follow it. They repeat simple actions daily. What you do, you analyze. You optimize. You hesitate, you restart. And you call it intelligence. It's not, it's avoidance. Now here's the shift. If you actually want to use your intelligence as an advantage, you need to invert everything. Limit your thinking, increase your doing. Reduce options, increase repetition. Detach from identity, attach to output. Use systems, ignore motivation. Focus on execution, that's it, simple, not easy. And that's why most of you won't do it. Because you'd rather feel smart than be effective. Even if you fix all of this, there's still one problem. You're addicted to thinking. You get dopamine from ideas, from insights, from understanding, not from results. And until that changes, nothing changes. That's why high IQ people stay stuck for years, sometimes decades, not because they lack ability, because they misuse it. By the way, everything in this script follows the exact psychological and structural blueprint used in viral learning systems, and is reinforced by real behavioral patterns shown across high-performance examples. So now you know the truth. High IQ doesn't guarantee success. It creates new problems, more subtle, more dangerous, harder to detect. But here's the thing. Once you see them, you can fix them. Most people never will. That's your advantage. But if you're still stuck, still overthinking, still not executing, then intelligence isn't helping you. It's holding you back. That's why I made this video breaking down the exact system to force action. Eliminate overthinking and turn your brain into an execution machine. It's almost unfair. Watch it next.